Al Pals, this is Big Al. Welcome to Big Al Presents Films with Friends, a very special Friday night showing of the 1980 sword and sorcery cult classic Hawk the Slayer, starring John Palance in a performance that it is surprising that any of the scenery could ever survive. Joining me tonight, I honestly don't know where he's at. Okay, well, are you
Whoa.
this one? You have
Can you hear
two.
me now?
I
Can you
can
hear me
hear you
now?
now. I can hear you
Okay,
now. Can
good,
you hear
good,
me?
good.
Okay,
Yes, I
so
can hear you.
don't worry about the other one.
Do not worry
No.
about the other one as of yet.
Okay. Well, my special guest tonight is Deleted Scenes, and as a special surprise, we have soundtracks with Birdman. How are you doing? First, let me say, Deleted Scenes, thank you for joining me this evening. You are the inspiration to do Hawk the Slayer tonight. I thank you because I love this film. It is gloriously lovable in the sword and sorcery genre. Um, what's your history with it?
My history, it is a little muddled, to be kind of honest, because I don't remember when I first saw the movie.
Mhm.
I remember that it was in theaters, and there was one theater, I believe, in town at the time that showed it that kind of went towards, I don't want to say art house, but it was
Mhm.
kind of the closest that we kind of had to that at the time. And I don't remember if I saw it there. The theater was called the Terrace, and I don't remember if I saw it there at the time or if I saw it on cable. But it was kind of very early on, and when it was still sort of first run and being
Yeah.
out there to the public,
So you were
and
you were very young then because this was
quite
1980 when
young.
it was. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would have been like, yeah, depending on if the movie came out in the first half or the second half of the year, I would have been 7 or 8. Yeah.
Yeah. Also joining us, Soundtracks with Birdman. How are you doing, sir? Have you ever seen this movie?
I know absolutely nothing about this movie except you seem to like it, so it must be awesome.
Well, let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. Yeah, Hawk the Slayer is very well known in the sword and sorcery genre for being wonderfully I don't want to say like the proverbial fun bad movie, but it is. It is not the greatest production values, strange special effects, acting's off kilter, but it works and it's just a lot of fun to watch. It's got some very interesting actors in it. Of course, John Palance plays the bad guy. Anybody remember City Slickers? And he's played Dracula and all kinds of stuff. He was in Buck Rogers once, I remember. Uh, it's got John Terry, who I think was in. Didn't he play? He played on Lost, didn't he? If I remember
He
correctly.
did.
Anybody
Uh,
remember? Yeah, he
Christian
played.
Shepherd, he was Jack's dad.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
play. Yeah, he played the dad. Uh, which is kind of weird because that's like the first time I really put the name together, and then I went back and saw it again. I'm like, oh, that's the same guy. It's like
Mhm.
really weird, really funny. I
Yeah.
don't see anybody. I see one person who's joined us on YouTube, but that could be one of you. I don't know. But nobody's in the chat yet. That's fine. Like I said, this is Films with Friends, and if you just have one person, that's film with a friend. So be fun to watch. Anybody who does watch this later and wondering, it's available free on YouTube. Just type in Hawk the Slayer. I've got one pinned to the top of the chat now for anybody who wants to come in. And if you see it, we can always ask for a time stamp. That's fine. Uh, but I'm just wondering, did you notice my little in memoriam at the beginning? How do you think that came off with Rico Browning? Did you notice it?
Yeah,
Did you see it?
that looked good.
Yeah, he just for those I've talked about it before. I have iconic Universal Monsters page on on YouTube, and so every Sunday or Monday, it's been Sunday lately. In the evening I plan my week, and Sundays are Sea Creature Sundays, and that's the days I do uh, anything for Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Revenge of the Creature, or The Creature Walks Among Us, which is the three films in that franchise. Progressively lesser quality, but still uh, a lot of fun. But yeah, Rico Browning is like, when you think about it, he's the last really of an age gone by. One of the Universal monsters, original Universal monsters. I mean, Karloff is gone, all the Cheneys, Lugosi, Claude Rains, Elsa Lanchester, Rico Browning, who played the swimming creature, was the last of the crew. I think. I think they're all gone now. Ben Chapman, um, who played them on land, Don Megawan, who played them on land. I think in the third film. But yeah, anytime you see the creature swimming, that's Rico Browning. And he was, I don't know, just hit hard when you're like, that's like the last. It's like a door closing um, on a franchise as far as the living legacy of it all. But sorry to bring us down. Yes, Hawk the Slayer. I saw it. I think it was on video that someone had taped off of cable with my friends we'd sit around and watch movies, and I think someone had it and I saw it then. It's kind of the same way I saw Captain Kronos the Vampire Hunter. I've got to do that. I might do that this October. Uh,
That would be a good choice. And
yeah,
I'm reminded of Captain Kronos a lot when I watched this movie, because they do seem to oddly relate in my mind. I think it's the fact that it has a couple of the same actors in it too. But
yeah.
I
Oh,
when
it
I was
does. I didn't know that.
I
Thought,
was yeah, when I was FYI, everyone, I did rewatch the movie earlier today. I kept thinking of Captain Kronos a lot while I was doing my rewatch. You know?
I'll have to. Yeah, I
Yeah.
will have to pull that one out. And I
Oh yeah.
will say, I had the honor of meeting one of the stars of this film, Mr. W. Morgan Shepherd, who plays Ranulph,
Oh, right on.
the crossbowman with
Hmm.
the one hand. Uh, of course, he was in Transformers as the grandfather Witwicky in the Michael Bay films, and he was in Doctor Who, and he was the father of the one who's the Firestarter character in X Files.
Hmm.
Shepard, I can't remember the son's name now.
David Shepard. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, W. Morgan
Sterling
Shepard.
from Leverage. Yeah.
I met them both. They were both there together, and it was just really neat. And I still think it's funny that he hated Transformers. He thought it was a terrible film, which is kind of funny hearing it from one of the actors in the film.
Transformers is a
But
hard.
yeah, just a perfectly crotchety old man. And do you have the soundtrack to this one, Birdman?
I never heard of this film until you mentioned it to me this morning.
Oh wow, yeah, might be one to keep an eye out on eBay for. I don't know if you'll like the soundtrack, but that's enough talking. Let's get to
Mhm.
the movie. Uh, like I said, it's on YouTube. It starts exactly where I start, which is right before the right at the prologue. There is no little thingy me doodles at the beginning, so it gets right into it. So if you're ready, everybody ready?
Ready?
Ready? You ready, Birdman?
Go. Yes.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. This is a story of heroic deeds. I, I love a movie that has prologues. Stalk the land, Gotta love the way he says it.
Yeah.
The legions of darkness stalk the land.
Is this a
That's how
scary
you
movie?
prologue. No, it's sword and sorcery. It's not really scary. It's, evil bad guy sword villains being villainous, and there is a sorceress and
In a hot tub, apparently.
that's Ferdy Main, who was in Conan the Destroyer.
Mm-hmm. And welcome to the chat, Retro Reels.
Hey, Retro Reels, hello.
Hello, Retro.
If you want to join us, it's on YouTube. We're at 119, 120, 121. Voltan is walking through in a helmet very reminiscent of Darth Vader.
Oh, very much so.
Oh, the whole film's very much got a lot of Star Wars influences in it.
You know, I'll bet you $1 that Retro's got this on 4K HD Laserdisc.
Is it? Has it been done in 4K? If it hasn't, it needs to be.
Indeed.
Retro Reels is on a sneaky break from work. I mean, even one of the first things he says is just said with such gusto. That is a lot of gold leaf or paint.
And as with all of these movies, there's a prophecy.
Oh, yeah. I will say I am a heterosexual man, but John Terry, nice looking guy.
Does that sword have a fist on the hilt?
Yes.
To be explained momentarily.
Yes. When doing research and looking at pictures and stuff, there's a guy out there who actually made the Mind Sword from scratch. And it looks exactly like this. I mean, it's the hand and the stone and everything. Love that special effect sound. That sound effect.
Yeah.
So 80s.
The effects in this are actually pretty decent. The movie holds up.
Yeah. Retro Reels is wondering if you've seen it before, Birdman. No, he hasn't.
I think he knows the answer to that question.
Yeah. I mean, you haven't seen a lot of big movies to see a little one like this.
No, I remember you told me about this the other day, and I was like, dude, what's it called? What's this about? I have noticed a bunch of free movies on YouTube, though, this past week.
Yeah. Like I said, this is on. There's several versions of this one on YouTube. It's on Tubi. It's on Freevee, which is accessible through Amazon Prime.
So this got a movie theater release back in the day?
Yeah,
It did.
not a big one.
Yeah. Wasn't a wide, but it got one.
In case you're wondering, Birdman, the music is by Harry Robertson.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no real info on
Oh, look out.
I had to find the theme when I did the opening that had that screech in it. Da, 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 get down and boogie. Bernard Breslau, who is a very cool guy with a lot of great sci-fi cred, especially in Crawl, playing Rel the Cyclops.
I had forgotten just exactly how many recognizable actors are in this movie. There's actually quite a few.
There are. It's
like
I said, John Terry, Jack Palance, Bernard Breslau I knew, W. Morgan Shepherd, Patricia Quinn, Annette Crosby I know from the show One Foot in the Grave, and she was in something else.
Catch You in a McCall from the Beyond, Derek O'Connor from Lethal Weapon 2,
Roy Kinnear from a lot of stuff. Freddie Main, like I said, yeah.
And here's Morgan Shepherd, who's survived the a battle that we don't get to see from his.
Budget friendly. Lynn Green has joined us. Loves this movie. Busy tonight as usual. Have a great time. I'll see you in the morning for Logan's. Oh, still haven't done Logan's Run yet. Okay, cool. Chris P. Good evening, everyone. I'm listening while driving. Like I said, anybody who is here wants to watch the movie, it's on YouTube. We're at 7:33, 34, 35. Annette Crosby.
And the actress playing Sister Monica is Cheryl Campbell, who you might remember from Chariots of Fire.
I haven't seen Chariots of Fire since it was on cable. Like a gazillion years ago. And that's a big number.
My mother took me to see that movie in the theater as what was I then, like 6? You don't really need to take a 6-year-old to see Chariots of Fire.
Not exactly one to hold the interest of a young child.
No, I fell asleep. That's all I remember.
I was more of a Raiders kid, so
yeah.
Chariots of Fire I came to respect a lot later on.
Yeah, when I was young, it was all about like Star Wars, Bigfoot or Bigfoot movies. I loved those Bigfoot documentaries or Loch Ness Monster or UFO stuff. In Search of Noah's Ark. God, I love those things in the 70s.
I was kind of a weird kid. I saw everything. I went to like Gandhi and Amadeus voluntarily.
I did too, but I'm a little older than you, so I loved Gandhi when I went to go see it.
Yeah,
I thought for me it did not feel 3 hours long.
Was this shot in England, Al?
I'm not sure where it was shot. There's really not a lot of info on it. It probably was shot in England, though.
Likely. I have to think with the number of English actors that are in it.
Yeah.
And Irish actors as well, so.
Dog one.
A dog one. Of course he is.
Well, see, I do like his helmet for some reason, I dig it.
How old is Jack Palance here?
He was 60 when he did this.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
So he was pushing 70 when he was in Batman?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Over 70 in City Slickers? Wow.
He was a badass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you didn't mess with Jack Palance in real life. He was a tough dude. In one of the fights in this film, during the filming, he is stabbed, and he kept filming. And they
Like
asked
legit
after,
stab?
legit, he was pierced by the sword, and then they said, "You okay?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm all right," and then he kept filming. Yeah, she's not bad looking. I'd want you too, old woman. Oh, that's right. My sword will cut bread.
You know, pulling a foreign object out of your body is just not the smart thing to do because you're going to get like blood pressure drop after you do that. Just saying, if y'all ever get stabbed, you might want to leave it in until you get to the
Yeah.
doctor.
Well, where he's at is about as good as being at a doctor. I mean, he's
Yeah,
going
I
to
guess if I'm
church.
going to die, I'd rather die in church than some back alley behind a Waffle House.
Yeah, but are there waffles?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming you went into the Waffle House to get waffles and probably like reject the Tinder date, and then you end up getting stabbed behind the Waffle House,
Uh,
after. That's just how I envision it.
yeah, you showed me that darn waffle yesterday, man. I'd love to have a nice big Belgian waffle like that.
Yeah, they're only like yay big. They're not very big.
They're what?
But they're only like yay big. They're pretty small.
Still.
I mean, they're tasty. Put enough whipped cream and strawberries and
Order a
chocolate
whole
syrup on
bunch.
something.
Order a whole bunch of them. It becomes a big waffle.
Yeah, it's true.
I always liked the concept of a medieval monastery. Although it's clearly a matte painting, but still.
Where did deleted scenes go?
Oh, you back?
Yes.
Sorry.
I got
Thanks,
yeeted momentarily. Yeah.
thanks, Birdman. I did not see him.
Alrighty. Well, we've had the horrific murder of that innocent loaf of bread.
Yep.
And we've once again filled Randolph full of holes, and but he's managed to get back on his horse and get to the meeting with the abbot. The abbot, of course, played by veteran character actor Harry Andrews.
Yep. Which this was his last film, I believe.
Oh,
I do like his appearance that he just had coming out of the fog like that.
Mhm.
His name is Hawk. From the fog he comes.
He is mighty.
So you digging the soundtrack, Birdman?
I mean, that's okay, I guess.
I dig it. I really need to get it. I might have to look it up or just download it. I don't know.
It does make the music in this movie does make a very interesting change at a specific point, and I'm going to point it out when we get to it. And of course, here's Patricia Quinn, who's just named Woman throughout the entire film. We never really we never found out what her name is. And of course, Warren Clark from Clockwork Orange.
It did get a soundtrack release back in 1980, Big Al.
Yep. No, I knew it's out. I know it's out there. But much like Grizzly, I don't think about it until I actually watch it again. I'm like, oh, I really could, you know.
The vinyl runs $21 to $40 on Discogs.
Ugh.
He's a drogie.
It's like very spaghetti western there with that music. I like it.
And of course, there is one Western in particular that this movie comes to resemble, doesn't it?
Which one?
I mean, if you think about it, this is a sword and sorcery take on Magnificent Seven, even though there's only 5 of them. But,
okay. That's what you're getting.
Yeah.
I thought I was thinking Clint Eastwood, and I didn't get to the other. I was in a different string of westerns.
Whoops.
Oh, they didn't do the little whistle thing. I'm so upset. You have freed me. You can have me now. It's always funny, like Patricia Quinn, like is a beautiful woman, or well, was at this time, I guess. And they just don't show her. Have you ever seen like Claudius?
Bits and pieces.
Have you ever seen it deleted scenes?
I have not. I was too young for it at the time. Unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to see it.
Yeah,
I'd like to though.
Patricia Quinn's in that. She's a nasty little thing in that one.
Oh. Well, all the characters in that were kind of nasty, from what I understand.
Well, yeah, the good ones do fall by the wayside because they don't do the tough thing by killing people. But that one's got a lot of great British actors from the 70s in it, especially Brian Blessed, who's, God, he's so good.
Gordon's alive. I had to do it.
Dive. I got my I've got a Prince Voltan Funko Pop.
Oh, there is one?
Oh yeah.
Is it custom or?
No, it was they released some Flash Gordon Funko Pops, and I got Voltan, Prince Voltan. I
Oh,
only
oh,
got
oh.
like
I thought
yeah.
you meant the character from this movie. I'm sorry.
Oh,
No.
Voltan.
Okay.
No. Sorry.
What is this about to say? Huck the Slayer Funko Pops with that? Sign me
They,
up.
they need to do them. Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
I'm sure somebody has customed them.
Did you hear about what Funko's having to do with their products?
What?
They're putting $30 million worth of Funko Pops in a landfill. They're laying off 10% of their workforce.
Oh, that's too bad.
They can be recycled.
Yeah, but it makes more economic sense for them to just write them off at this point.
Put them in the same landfill they put the ET game. May as well.
Slow-mo hero approach.
To remind you that he is mighty. No, sorry. I'm going to do that to the whole movie, by the way. Sorry. I want to see the Riff Tracks version of this, but I don't at the same time.
Yeah. I like I will
guys,
say
this is actually a good movie.
The axes they're using are really cool. They're like, what do they call Franciscas? There's an actual name for them. The styling of the axe heads. I love that whistle. Wah, wah, wah.
Boy, he's a Yank. Sorry.
You know what's bad? I just saw your thing saying I'm backstage.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird. It knocked me off and then it brought back on.
He is cool under fire.
Yeah.
I know it's not, but that guy almost looks like Dave Prowse.
Careful, son. Don't fall on that. Oh. He's a Jedi.
And that's another thing that kind of reminiscent of Star Wars. Able to call your weapon to you. Though this would have been before that. I don't think they showed that power in the first movie. And this would have been out the same year as Empire.
Mm-hmm. And of course, he's Roy Kinnear.
Roy Kinnear was so cool.
If I had one question for him, I'd want to ask, who is scarier, Jack Palance or Veruca Salt?
Yeah. And what is a bean feast? I want a feast. I want a bean feast.
Hey, who died and made you a helmet burger?
I can say, you got a guy with a big sword and a evil-looking helmet. Don't mouth off to him.
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Oh, he's got some rabbit for dinner. God, he could chew that scenery up. Hi, Melissa Harris and Dark Planet Castle Archive.
That's a name.
Yep,
That's
the
one
good
whole
one.
name.
That's the good
Dark
one.
Planet Castle Archive.
Time for backstory. I think the guests would figure it out.
We will add C blockery to the charges.
Like I said, anybody who's just joined us, the film is on YouTube, pinned at the top. We're at 2740. You gotta love a good filter too. That you get that little fuzzy filter. I love that crossbow. I guess if you're a one-handed crossbowman, you kind of need one as a repeater.
Take care, Retro Reels. Thank you for being here.
Hey, Retro Real Six. Take care, my friend. It's a sword. It's a torch. It's a storch.
You kind of half expect this bird guy and the Beastmaster to show up. And
You're right.
yeah, just
That might
ask
be
the
a-
Jones. Oh, I'm
Or Sheila.
sorry.
Or
Too
Sheila
soon?
with all the figs.
Yeah.
That might be a good crossover. Beastmaster with Conan with the Hawk dude.
Yeah.
I'd watch it. There was plans to do a franchise of Hawk, but never got a sequel.
No.
I think it was going to be called Hawk the Hunter. Was a sequel. Is this when we get Kryptonian? Or is that later? That's now. That's right.
Right. Take care, Ghost Planet. Hope your mom gets well soon.
Oh yeah, take care. Yeah, just definitely hope to get better. Something going around. I got another friend of mine that's got like a stomach flu, and another one's got pneumonia or had pneumonia.
Yeah, and I'll bet he did that first take too.
I like how they call him a giant. He's a tall guy, but he's not really a giant.
He's pretty handy with the sledgehammer.
Yep.
Quest? Right. Okay, let's go.
But I like the fact that there's this relationship. Guy just shows up, nods, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm following him. That's a nice little history.
And now on to my favorite character in the movie, and it is Crow, the elf, Bowman. Legolas on crack.
Yeah.
Played by the actor Ray Charleston, who was most recently in United 93. I've seen that movie a number of times. I didn't spot him. I'll have to go back and look.
Oh.
And of course, there's Derek O'Connor, who's the villain in Lethal Weapon 2.
Played the South African guy.
Yeah. Forstead. And this is where the movie starts to resemble Magnificent Seven for me a little bit, because it's kind of taken from straight out of it, really.
I haven't watched Magnificent Seven in forever. I have to go back and rewatch that.
I did an unboxing at a 4K.
If
I think
ever
Sunday night.
I were to be, if ever I were to be in the medieval village, town, or whatever, I would want to be a blacksmith. He does have a good look for an elf.
Looks like a Romulan to me.
Well, Vulcan,
Yeah, I could see this guy playing a Vulcan.
He does kind of look like the guy who was going to play Zahn.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
I'm glad you knew who that was, by the way. I can't remember the actor's name who was going to play, but I remember Zahn.
Oh, I should know.
Don't do it. Gonna have a duel with bows. His cash cow's gone.
Yeah.
I need to get like a couple pair of hula hoops and make one of those things. Just have it rotating.
He sends them off into the Phantom Zone by mistake.
Yeah.
Ah, damn. Sorry, Hawk. I was a little drunk.
Hi, Kevin McKenzie. Welcome. Like I said, anybody want to find it? Link at the top to the film We're at 41, 11, 12, 13.
Man, these Hare Krishnas are tough.
I know, man. You don't... Dwarven sushi.
Also known as Smeagol.
Yeah. I remember playing a D&D game once, and I had an NPC who was an elf who used a bullwhip. Very much using it very much like Indiana Jones would, like swing, and because it really didn't do much as far as damage.
I'm gonna have to bounce out. I'm sorry, my friend. I got to get these guys fed and put to bed here.
Well, thank you for joining us, Birdman. You got anything to plug before you go?
I think we're gonna do informal chit chat with Eric on Sunday afternoon.
Cool. And doing Congo next Wednesday?
That's the plan. Life should be back to normal at this point, unless someone else,
Awesome.
dies.
So everybody, if you haven't subscribed to Soundtracks of Birdman, please do so. It's a great channel. He does rewatches too, and has the Batman show where he talks. I mean, if you want to know about soundtracks, that's the place to go because those three know their soundtracks.
But yeah, thanks for inviting me. I know it's kind of last minute. I've never seen this film. I'm just gonna pause it, finish it later.
Well, I hope you finish it.
Yeah.
Okay. Take care, my friend.
Thank you. And Julia, it seems good to finally do a show with you.
And with you.
And
Take care.
I'll see all of y'all very soon. Have a good night.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Just me and you now. Deleted scenes.
Whoops.
Little foreshadowing of a bad thing happening to her.
And we have our team going off to defend the Abbey.
And somehow, somewhere, the donkey passed the horses.
No, hello. I saw him first. I see the nuns in this movie. I always think of the nuns in Holy Grail. After you've spanked her, you may spank me next. I will let her go when she explains the plot of the Beyond. Because I can't.
And now we know where he got the damage on his
Mhm.
face.
Then he fires literally blind. That kind of was for everybody.
Longshanks.
Yeah.
Of course, Professor Geek would call the dwarf here a trickster. I've always wanted to take a whole chicken and just start eating it. I might have to do that one day, like get a rotisserie chicken. Definitely setting up the conflict here.
Mhm. Sometimes it takes more than prayer.
Yeah. I like that big mace he's got. In reality, if that thing were real, he'd never be able to lift it. That that would be a little disarming to see a guy so calm and cool standing there like that.
Yeah.
I just love the use of I just love the editing and that quick shooting that they do. The waka 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 sounds. I guess he's lucky that's not Mjolnir sitting on his chest.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd almost forgotten about this. Ooh. That's a hellacious way to die. Your head crushed like that.
And hello to Kyle Cullen. Good to see you.
Hey, Kyle, how you doing?
We are 54 minutes and 20 seconds into the movie. So we're just past halfway.
Yep.
Geez, Dad, couldn't you just take away my wagon for a week?
It's one thing you cannot say about Jack Palance. He gives his all. Well, considering you killed your father,
Yeah.
I would. Ooh, must be stuck to his face. She's just a bird in a gilded cage. It does look like a big giant bird cage.
It does. Hey, we will sack peaceful villages, but slavery is out. I have standards, damn it. You know. This is going to... annoy me until I look to the Google. We should consult the scrolls. About to see if I'm wrong or not.
What are you wondering?
Okay, well, the actor who plays Jack Palance's son here, Drogo, is Shane
Mhm.
Bryant, and for some reason, I am convinced
He
he was the
looks familiar.
vampire in Captain Kronos, but I don't remember if he was or not. So, you gotta look.
Yes, Paul Derwood in Captain Kronos, the Vampire Hunter.
Mhm.
So he was in that movie. Ambition is in the genes.
Mhm.
So somewhere along the way, Voltan found love, or at least a woman that had his child that he actually accepted as his son.
Yeah, which is it's like, what are you complaining about? You know, yeah, you had your.
Some
Of
more,
course, that could have been before too. You know.
yeah, true. I wonder how. Yeah, they don't really say how long ago it was before that.
No. Because they are brothers, right? They did have the same father, so
Right.
they're yeah. Which is kind of weird because you basically have Jack Palance and Ferdy Main pretty much being age-wise about the same.
Freddie Main is 3 years older than Jack Palance.
Hmm.
But Freddie Main looks older too.
Yeah.
I said he would have been 63 in this, but he could pass for 75. So well, or even older. Yeah, it's a way to keep someone from your stuff.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there, someone has made sugared turkles in, in celebration of this movie.
Oh, I'm sure.
It'd be a great movie, have a movie cookbook where you take weird foods from different movies and come up with the actual way. Like Star Trek has their cookbook, and have this one have a page for sugared turkles.
And that's the moment where the soundtrack gets that sort of Western
Yeah, I was just noticing that it has
dual.
that.
Yeah.
And it's exactly where I went. Western.
Fee, fi, fo. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I thought Timothy Dalton was here. I'm in the wrong movie. I'm sorry. Terribly sorry. I'll move on.
So that's your nephew.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm your uncle, you dink. Your half uncle, I guess. I don't know.
Don't make your uncle. Well, he'd be full uncle. Yeah, if
Just no chance. Wow.
I love that rapid fire,
Love
man.
that.
Wooka 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 wooka. She is so naive. The peace of the dead.
Okay, sir, before you blame us, we were minding our own business. No. You have to say it like this. Drago! Oh, shit.
Con.
Top of a mountain. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, you were going Rocky. Okay.
Rocky. Yeah.
I hear Drago's son's in the new Creed movie too.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
I read the synopsis. I know what happens.
Oh.
Daddy's got to get his frustrations out.
What do we do here?
Look to the one eyed, like, gives that crazy eye.
Billy Burke and John Favreau and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. No. No. No, sir. I understand you're upset, and you shouldn't make decisions when you're upset.
You know, you're gonna like not exactly inspire your men to follow you when you keep killing them randomly like that.
As we recreate the ending of Night of the Living Dead.
Collins says Rocky Balboa has phenomenal dialogue.
He'll turn into a giant robot. No, wait, no. Voltron, no, Voltron. Okay, sorry.
And I'll form the head. When I think Voltron, I still think Vehicle Voltron because it's the first one I ever saw.
Mm-hmm.
Wiped with the face of the land! You know, I can really sympathize with him because I went to Catholic school and I know what it's like to be chastised by a nun. May the odds be ever in your favor.
My name's Janine, since you're asking.
It's like $6 Million Man, like the fast running
Yeah.
but slow mo.
But she's not a witch. Not a witch. Remember that. She's not.
She's just an old woman who knows things.
Yeah.
Chunka, chunka, chunka. I think the Mythbusters tried to do a repeating crossbow.
How did they do?
Well, I mean, you basically have to make a one of the things that feed a gun, like a clip,
Mm-hmm.
and you just have them drop in place, and they came up with like a rotating thing, almost like a Gatling gun.
Hmm.
So every time you rotate it, it pulls it back and shoots it. And you just keep going, pulls back, shoots, and as the things drop into place. But you couldn't do anything like that with it, though.
Yeah. So more like Van Helsing then.
I've never seen Van Helsing. I need to.
It's okay, I guess. But
Yeah, it's still worth seeing.
it's a light show, but it's worth a look. But he has like a repeating crossbow in that as well that has the rotating barrels.
into the west. Oh, sorry, wrong elf.
Okay. It's easy, man. Talking to state the Suez.
So that's why in Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah.
you get halflings and not hobbits. It's like, for God's sake, man, let me. I remember when I was doing medieval recreation and going to feasts and things like that, and have like just tearing the bread. There's just something so visceral about. I don't know if visceral is the right word, but fun. But I never did the whole chicken thing. I really need to do that.
Maybe the first case of someone being roofied by a nun.
I'm wondering if this is where he hurt himself. He hurt himself falling down, and I think that might have been it. His breastplate like hit him in the throat.
Oh,
I don't know if it was a different take or. He told you. Yeah, see, this is where if I were an evil bad guy and I'm in this situation, Hawk's head would already be on the floor. But of course, like any good villain, he has to monologue. Oh, okay. He took another man's child. He really is chewing this setup. I love it.
And hello, Connie Clary.
Hi, Connie. How you doing?
You're coming in at just the right time. Jack Palance is giving his big monologue in the movie, so. Oh, Mandoon.
Like I said, if you want to watch, the link is at the top. We are at 1:18 and 50. He needs to go get an aspirin.
We never get a witch duel. They had the perfect setup for it. Oh, he's beefed. What?
Whoa, silly string.
Silly string.
I need to get me some silly string. I remember playing with that stuff when I was a kid, and I would find the dried, desiccated, noodle-like substances for years after. That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
Protecting the grave from anything. Probably not worms, though.
Fields divided one by one. And a drink. Sorry. Yes. Sorry, that was REM. But totally not a witch.
Nope.
Not a witch at all. Nope. Industrial light and moral.
I love it. I mean, they're such simple, like practical effects, but they work so well for some reason.
Yeah.
Almost looks like the back room at Borders when I used to work in the big bag of styrofoam popcorn exploded.
And she will serve rotisserie chicken in heaven. Yep. Meanwhile, on another set entirely.
I still love the fact that the giant's name was Gort. Katu
Yeah.
Barada Nikto.
Yeah.
Now remember, he has the mind sword. He can always call it right back to him. PTSD.
Oh, Schnapple.
Such a simple effect, too. Nice try. He had an opening right there, too, with that back turn to him.
Yeah.
I noticed that a lot sometimes in films of like, oh, he left himself open. Look at that. Right there. He's dead. He'd be dead, Gotta go for the Hollywood slice.
Shut up. But I had the high ground. Ugh.
That's what we used to fight. We'd have someone like do that, and catch them in the gut, and then they follow through. It's like called it Hollywooding. I stab at thee.
Okay, now here's a confession that I have to make.
Okay.
I have gone 43 years until tonight thinking Crow died. But he doesn't.
No, he was just
He's
ill.
wounded, but he's
Yeah, you see him in the back there.
Yeah. But I just, for some reason, I never picked up on that before.
Get yourself a shirt that says "Crow lives."
Yeah. Makes me feel a little bit better about the movie because I was always bummed that he died, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So it's a little better now.
Randolph and Walden die, but
Yeah.
the others survive.
And well,
Uh-oh.
we might have another survivor here. Made a deal with the devil, and the devil's not done with you yet. Oh, yeah, look out! And perfectly set up for another film, and alas,
and never happened.
never happened. Yeah.
But from what I understand, there is a comic book.
Yes.
That they've put out that continues the film. It is a sequel. I've not seen it nor read it. I don't know anything about it, except what Wikipedia tells me. It was a 2022 Hawk Slayer comic being published in the Judge Dredd magazine in the supplemental issue to 440 to 444, and separately as a limited series written by Garth Ennis, with art by Henry Flint. Story is the sequel to the film. So yeah, the Hawk does continue. They were trying to develop a series. They've tried to develop a sequel. Nothing's quite come about for it, but you know,
hopefully there will be someone who is a fan of this film who will because I mean obviously you would have to recast everyone, but I could see if in the hands of someone who appreciated it and can do it right, I could see a series or more movies.
John Terry back as an older Hawk, and like the kids of some of the others, like Criff Crow had a kid, or I mean, it was filmed in Pinewood Studios in London and on location. That just means
there you go.
outdoors somewhere, wherever outdoors
Yeah.
was. Well, that is Hawk the Slayer, one of the great sword and sorcery films of the 80s. The 80s were a great time for sword and sorcery films. Of course, you get like Death Stalker and Your Hunter of the Future, and what are like some of the there's one called Sorceress, Sword the Sorcerer. We need to do Sword the Sorcerer one day. That's a great one, and that one actually does have a sequel that finally got made. Although it like went direct to video and nobody really ever heard about it, but I came across it. It's really weird, but I haven't watched it yet. So, but yeah, that's us. That should be another one to do one day. Sword the Sorcerer be
Indeed.
a good Friday night rewatch. So Deliases, what you got coming up? Anything for people to know?
Oh, well, to let everyone know, today is my 1-year YouTube anniversary. So sometime in the near future, there will be a 1-year anniversary live stream. Just got to plan that out. And I have reviews up on my channel for the Woody Harrelson film Champions.
Oh, you saw that?
I did. I saw an advanced screening. So
awesome.
The movie itself comes out on March 10th. And spoiler alert, I'm recommending it. It's a good one.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And
and
Crispy and Sword the Sorcerer. So I guess that's a vote for Sword the Sorcerer to do one day.
all right.
Definitely got to put that. Let me go over. Let me start with me. My next rewatch on this channel is going to be next Saturday night, and we're going to be watching. What am I watching? Oh yeah, Streets of Fire, which is a rock and roll fable starring Michael Pare and Diane Lane with Willem Dafoe, and Rick Moranis is in it. It's a lot of fun, some good music, and it's Michael Pare March on my channel because 2 weeks after that, in conjunction with Troy Pacelli's Friday night show, he's going to be doing Eddie and the Cruisers, and I'm going to be doing Eddie and the Cruisers 2 the following night on my channel. So, and that's also stars Michael Pare. That's a really good couple of movies. More great music. So yeah, there's a lot of music in March for the rewatches. I do know tomorrow night, of course, will be with Nanette and Troy on Nanette's channel, Netter's Network. Going to be doing Cellular. I don't know a lot about this film. Never seen it, so it'll be a first time watch for me. I think Chris Evans is involved with it. Is there an actress in it? Who's the actress in it? Do you know?
Kim Basinger.
Kim Basinger. Okay, I knew there was like a famous, beautiful actress that was involved with it. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, later tonight at 10, join Troy Pacelli for his last call. Sunday night, like I said, tomorrow night, Netter's Network at 10 o'clock. Sunday night, Geeky Geezers at 9 usually. Either Sunday or Monday could be a Batman show for Soundtracks of Birdman. Not quite sure. But next Wednesday, Soundtracks of Birdman, I believe around 8:30 in the evening, is going to be having a rewatch of the film Congo with music by Jerry Goldsmith, and he will have special guest me and Agent Boomer. And nothing on Thursday, I don't think. And of course, we'll go to next Friday, and let's cut it there because next Friday, of course, is another last call. Nothing else planned for me. Might do a live stream impromptu next week. Never know. Stay tuned. But I'm very happy that everyone joined us for this evening. Thank you, Delia Scenes, for joining me for Hawk the Slayer. I just love this movie. Do you have any final words for the folks at home?
All right, I am 2 episodes deep into my new series that I call Unscripted. I might do episode 3 Sunday night. Stay tuned to the community page on my channel, and I'll let everybody know when I'm going with that, because I don't have a set day and time yet. But I'm thinking I might do a show Sunday night before Geeky Geezers.
Oh, okay, cool. Like I said, stay tuned for any reviews I might do that pop up. My latest is Cocaine Bear, which is awesome. I believe Delia Scenes has one for Cocaine Bear as well, don't you?
I do.
You
Yes.
do. So yeah, if you want to see what we both think, do we agree? Who knows? I don't know. Let's find out. Go check them out. So yeah, keep tuned. I'm always doing those. I am going to be doing some series reviews once they're done. I don't do them until it's over. But so far, loving Picard. Mandalorian is back. Of course, gotta love my Mandalorian. Carnival Row, a very good series on Amazon Prime I'm enjoying, and one called The Ark on Sci-Fi, which, though it may not be the best series, I am really enjoying it. Which is, that's all I ask. I don't care if something's good or bad. Do I enjoy it? That's the main thing. So I'd like to thank everyone again for joining us. Take care. And like I said, hope to see you tomorrow night on Netters Network. And you've got about an hour to freshen up and relax before Troy goes live. Take care, everyone. God bless you. And just remember Jack Palance. What a great actor. God, I love it. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Good night.